How you guys doing? This is Derek Howes with dhftns.com, and today's recipe is going to be protein banana or banana nut bread, depending on how you make it. Now it's a pretty long recipe, so let's get to it. Now the first thing we're going to do is make our own oat flour. Unless you have oat flour on hand, it's really easy to make. All we're going to do is take 90 grams of rolled oats and put them in the blender. So let's get over to that camera angle. So like I said, we're going to take 90 grams of rolled oats, which is a little over 1 cup, and put them into the blender. Now all you're going to do is blend them until they look like flour. And there is your homemade oat flour. What you're going to want to do is have 2 bowls, one bowl for your dry ingredients and another bowl for your wet ingredients. So the first ingredient we're going to go ahead and put in is our 90 grams of oat flour that we made. Half a cup of stevia or any other sweetener. 3 scoops or 90 grams of vanilla or banana protein powder. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. 3 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. And optional, you can put in 2 ounces of nuts, whether you use almond nuts, pecans, or walnuts. It's completely up to you. Now we're going to go ahead and add our wet ingredients. So we're going to start with 2 large egg whites. A 1/4 cup of unsweetened vanilla almond milk, which you can substitute. Around 3 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. Three medium bananas. I used really ripe bananas today, so I sliced them up so they'll mix easier. And finally, half a cup or 4 ounces of unsweetened applesauce. Now we're using unsweetened applesauce because it cuts down on the sugars. As you can see, I'm using a mixer. If you don't have a mixer, a hand mixer or blender will work great too. We're just going to go ahead and start by slowly mixing together our wet ingredients. As we go along, we're going to add our dry ingredients to the mix. We're going to put the mixed ingredients into a bread dish. Personally, I use a 9-inch one. Just take some non-stick cooking spray and lightly coat the bread dish. And now just pour your ingredients into the bread dish. Now before we put it into the oven, you actually have a couple options. If you want to add some chocolate chips or more nuts to the top of it, you can go ahead and do that. Just think outside the box. Whatever you want to add to this, you can add before you put it into the oven. Preheat your oven to 350, and we're just going to throw it in there for around 35 to 40 minutes. So it's been about 35 minutes and it looks like it's done, so we're gonna go ahead and take it out of the oven. As you can see, it has expanded. Just go ahead and let it cool for around 20 minutes before you take it out of the bread dish. Now after you let it cool off for a bit, you want to cut it into 8 pieces. As for tips in this recipe, you can top it with fat-free whipped cream, fat-free Cool Whip, peanut butter, cream cheese, anything you want really. Now if you choose not to use the nuts in this recipe, it's going to be around 110 calories a slice. As you probably noticed, I was using egg protein today. It's not going to matter whether you use casein, soy, whey, whatever you're using is going to work well in this recipe, just as long as it tastes good. Alright guys, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you like my video, please go ahead and subscribe. There should be a link to subscribe right there. By subscribing, you'll get an email every week telling you I uploaded a new video. If you're still hungry, go ahead and watch my last recipe video right there. As always, comments or suggestions down below. I will try and respond to everyone. Alright guys, stay healthy.